If you're an introvert sitting in a corner, letting people manipulate you, taking advantage of you, well, actually knowing that they do all of that, this is the time to become your most confident and highest self. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. The value you're going to take away from today's video is how you can become the most confident person in the room where everything and everyone craves your attention. So I felt like even in my childhood, I was like I would constantly put myself back, like I would pull myself back so I can let other people shine. I would let other people take the way, and I would do all the work, but they would be the one taking credit for it. And I just appeared very introvertish, not even introvert in sort of spending time with myself, introvert in the sense that the quiet girl sitting in the corner who's probably a dumb girl, all right? And I feel like once I started learning everything, wisdom, I feel like confidence became one of my most, like something that I was seeking. It was a very important thing that I began seeking because confidence is very handy, even in everything, not only just when you want to be the most confident person in the room, you want to appear confident in the room out of all the people. It's also important in the attitude you have in living the life, the way you live life. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. So first of all, your thoughts on how people perceive you. So I'm pretty sure everybody of you must have been like, what is that person thinking about me? What do they think of my outfit? Do they think I'm weird? Do they think I'm cringe? You're constantly making assumptions. You're overthinking the fact on how people are perceiving you. You don't know what they're perceiving you. Can you read minds? I'm pretty sure you cannot. So how can you perceive something that you don't know? You can assume it, but does assume mean right? It does not. If I've walked in a room and I see everybody is looking at me, why do I not have that attitude like, oh my god, they must be saying I look beautiful, they must be saying, who is this girl, wow, who is she? Instead you're thinking, oh my god, what are they thinking of me? Do they think my outfit's bad? I don't know them, I feel awkward, maybe they feel awkward. You're constantly assuming things, you're overthinking, and that's human nature, to be honest. But you've got to change it in order to be confident. Okay, change is good, and you need this change, you require this change in order to just appear confident. Be confident, not just appear, look confident to other people. Be confident from within, because inside that yes, whatever people may be thinking about me, it's all right. They can have their own opinions. What I think of myself is what matters the most. So I feel like oftentimes we self sabotage our own confidence, and that pulls us down. So stop overthinking when you step into a room. Stop making assumptions on how people may be thinking about you. You may be right, they may be thinking that about you, but is it right to just make those assumptions and bring your confidence down in order to satisfy your needs, in order to just satisfy your assumptions? It's not going to work. And you need to realize that embarrassment is just a projection of what you would think if you were in that third person perspective. So stop overthinking. Most of the time you are the one self-sabotaging your own confidence, because you're thinking in that third person view, like what would that person be thinking about me. So if you're thinking about that fact, like what would somebody else be thinking about me, while putting yourself in that position, don't you think you're thinking bad about yourself only? If you put it in simple words, this is exactly what it means. Like if I'm overthinking about what would they be thinking, you're just putting yourself, your views, in that other person's perspective. You may be saying, no, I'm just assuming what they may be thinking. But oftentimes I feel like it's the inner work that is wrong, the inner work that went wrong. So you are just projecting embarrassment, like you're just embarrassment basically, as I said, is a projection of what you would think if you were in a third person perspective. So you're thinking bad about yourself, you're making assumptions about yourself, and I don't think you should do that to yourself. Other people, they can do it, but you do not, you should not do it. Just stop making those assumptions. Also, when you realize that no expectations means no disappointments, that is when you can live the most happiest and be the most confident. Because see, if I keep expecting that when I step into a room, I want the people to like me, I want them to think good of me, and even if I meet somebody, I would like think like, what would they be thinking of me? I'm expecting them to think nice of me. You would have those expectations, but then if it didn't turn out that way, you would have disappointments, and disappointment lowers your self-esteem, lowers your confidence, and we do not want that. You should not allow people to hurt you, because it is only lowering your self-esteem. Confidence is just a part of your self esteem, okay? And your self esteem needs to be high, your self concept needs to be high in order to be confident. And if you're constantly keeping expectations from somebody that they should help you, they should love you, they should praise you, they should appreciate you, then if they're not showing the same behavior, they're not matching with your expectations, you would get disappointed, you would get hurt. And I know it's pretty normal to have expectations from your loved ones, but don't make those expectations so desperate, like you're continuously seeking the desperation, like why are they not loving me, why are they not praising me. Don't constantly be desperate about those expectations, like why are they not giving me. You should know that yes, they are my loved one, I deserve good, they love me and I love them, but then I do not depend on their love to feel good about myself. I do not depend on whether they're loving me or they're not loving me in order to feel good. And that is way and this way your self esteem doesn't get hurt, and you don't allow people to hurt you. Now, other thing that relates to this is that no person or situation can define you. Anybody, any situation, what your past has, what your past had, or what you did, does not define you. It is you who is going to define you. Your choices, your habits, who you are, your self-concept, your self-esteem. That is what defines you. My best friend or my mentor, my therapist cannot define me. They don't even know me completely. I am the one who knows me completely. I am the one who knows me fully. So they, how can they define me if they don't even know the whole thing? Like if you've never eaten like if you've just had one kind of pizza for your whole life, how can you say that all pizzas are good? You cannot say that because you've just had one. What if you had a pineapple pizza? You'd say that's not nice. But then that's why you cannot make judgments because before saying the whole thing. So people, they cannot make clear judgments out of you because everybody has a different perspective of you, everybody has different opinions about you. So they cannot, they can never clearly define you. However, you know yourself, you can clearly define you. Even your past, whatever mistake you made, whatever happened to you, a situation you got hurt, it cannot define you. People are so stuck on the fact that, oh, that happened to me in the past, my trauma. But your trauma does not define you. Your choice is how you emerged out of it. That is what defines you. Situation, people cannot define you. I define myself. I know myself, and I will tell myself who I am. I do not allow anybody else to tell me who I am. I will tell me who I am. I'll take their feedback. I'll take their criticism, constructive criticism, and I'll learn from it. But I'll not start putting their opinion, their definement of me above my own. Another thing I want to say before move on to the next point is that all of these, I know you may be thinking that I'm moving a bit away from the confidence topic, but all of these things, these are things what you need to start realizing, start knowing, and start respecting these facts in order to maintain your self-esteem, your self-concept, which uh, inevitably will increase your confidence. So when you start realizing that no person's situation defines you, you do not have to keep expectations from other people in order to make you happy. You then make sure that you're confident, because see, confidence, what is confidence? Search up the Google definition. Just your belief in yourself, your trust in yourself, the trust in your situations, how you can handle situation, overcome problems, uh, emerge out of anything. And and how do you think you can start establishing trust in yourself? By not by keeping expectations from yourself, by starting to define yourself first, by starting to put your definition of you first before other people, by not overthinking and not putting yourself in a other person's uh, perspective and just overthinking or just assuming things. That is trust in yourself, that is confidence, self belief. So let's just move on to the next point, which is the law of detachment. Now, see, as I've already told you, do not to need to have expectations to people. Be desperate. The most confident person, person you know, or the most confident girl you know, just observe them and think, what is the most thing that makes them confident? It is the fact that they are detached. Detached does not mean that you hurt people or you're mean to people, you're rude to people. No, that is not what detachment means. That's just being mean, or sometimes even putting people in the place. Detachment in turn means having boundaries, not allowing people to cross those boundaries in many situations. Detachment doesn't mean hate for somebody, it means self respect for yourself. Just because you're detached doesn't mean you don't care for people, you don't love people, you don't love people around. It just means that you've got certain boundaries, you put your self respect before others, and you know that I do not depend on other people for my happiness or for joy, for peace, for abundance, whatever. That is what law of detachment means. You are detached from any expectations. You're detached from expectations or the dependence, basically. So, if I am detached from a lot of people in my workplace or my school, it does not mean that I hate them. It does not mean that I don't like them. It simply means that I have some certain boundaries that I do not allow them to cross. I will not be treated this way, and that is where my boundary is. And I will also keep my self-respect above others. If somebody is hurting me, I will maintain a distance. If they don't like me, they don't appreciate me, fine, I'm detached, I do not care. The most confident girls that you see all around, they are detached. Or like, pick out every it girl from every show you've seen. They are all detached. They don't have expectations, or they are not dependent on somebody for their happiness, for their peace, for their joy. They know their boundaries and they don't allow anybody to cross them. Now, what are your boundaries? Where do you draw a line? That is up to you to decide. That is going to be personal to you. But everybody in their life needs to maintain some sort of detachment from people, from situations, and just create their boundaries. Everybody's boundaries will be different and it will be totally personal to you all. Now, other thing is, being disliked, it really doesn't matter. If I'm disliked by 1,000 different people, it's all right. They can have their opinion. It is their opinion. Their opinion will not define me. I feel like courage, it's most importantly how you don't allow people's how people perceive you to affect you. Like, as I've said, sometimes you just overthink how people perceive you, but more of the like, a lot of the time, it's just that, yes, people may perceive you a certain way, they may dislike you, but it shouldn't really matter to you. Why does it matter? Ask yourself. Okay, I'm not liked by a lot of people, but why should it matter? It's okay. I don't also like a lot of people. There's this book, it's called The Courage to Be Disliked, and I feel like that's very important for you to read in to maintain your self esteem. Because why does it even matter? If you're not liked by somebody, why does it matter? Are they feeding you? Did they brought you into this world? It really does not. Ask yourself. Okay, okay, I'm disliked by this girl, I'm disliked by this guy, but okay, so why does it matter? It does not matter to me. It's okay, they can have their own opinion. You have to learn to respect people's opinion. They can be against you or they can be for you. That is completely fine. But if somebody is against you, somebody does not like you, they find you bad, it's okay, it is their opinion. You have to start figuring things out for yourself. You cannot go according to other people's judgment of you, or whether people like you or not. That you cannot depend on whether they like you or not. You cannot. Why does it even matter if people like you? Okay, I fine. If somebody says, if you're saying like, but it does matter if I'm liked at work, just because you're disliked at work doesn't mean you will be put out of it, like you'll be fired. If that is the case, then that's when you need to speak up and you need to start making relations. But if it doesn't even affect you in any way, ask yourself. That's why I'm saying, ask yourself, if it doesn't even affect you in any way, why does it matter? And the most confident people, it's not that the most confident people, they are liked by everybody. They're disliked by a lot of people, and it's just that they don't care. That is why they have mastered this law of detachment, because they're okay to get disliked. You have to be okay with being disliked. It's okay if that girl doesn't like me. She doesn't even like herself, or it's okay, I don't even like her. It's fine, I can have my opinion, she can have my opinion. You have to start to come to peace with that. Then I feel like the most important thing is, strengthen your inner game. Your aura speaks louder than your words. Your inner game, your self love, your self sufficiency, self acceptance game needs to be so strong. Your self concept needs to be so strong. Now, self concept doesn't mean thinking highly of yourself. It's just saying that, you know what, I am the best for me. I matter. Self concept, it's not just about I'm the best. It's about a lot of things, about how you think, what are your beliefs, everything. And it's different for everybody. Confident people, they do not have the same self concept, but they do know the importance of self concept and how it protects. If my self concept is that, whenever I step into a room, I get insecure, I feel awkward around people, I start questioning whether they like me or not, I start putting myself in a corner, then that that feeling of yours, that aura of yours, that vibe of yours, it will speak louder than your words. People can sense vibrations. Some people can sense it better than others, while some, they cannot sense so good. But people can sense your aura. People can sense how you're feeling. If somebody is feeling, if you walk into a room and you feel like, oh, why does this room feel sad? It's probably because somebody in that room might be feeling sad, and their emotions are so strong that it's affecting the vibration of the room. So self-esteem, if you're inside, or you're saying you're confident, okay, fine, hey, I'm confident, I know I'm confident, but inside you feel like, oh no, I'm insecure about my body, I'm insecure about the way I speak, I'm insecure about the way I look, oh my god, I hate my glasses, I hate my outfit, I hate my hair, I hate my skin. That will speak louder. And if you don't like yourself, people will not like you. If Just think about it. If you don't even like yourself, how will people start to like you? It cannot be like you dislike yourself but people like you. It can never be that. Never. So your inner game needs to be strong. Your inner concept has to be strong. You have to start thinking highly of yourself. By highly, I don't mean egoistic, but just thinking that, you know I have to maintain a good self-esteem. I have a high self-esteem. I am love, and I love myself unconditionally more than I love anybody else. And my dependence for love is on myself only. Not only, but it is mainly on me. If people sense low self-esteem, they will think of you like that. Now, other thing is building self-trust, self-belief. As I've said, confidence is just believing in yourself. So you have to start believing in yourself. You have to start, you believe in a lot of people, you prioritize other people. But are you believing in yourself? Are you believing in your abilities, uh, in your mindset? Are you even doing that? For example, let's say this happens a lot, and this is why people's self trust is so low. Like, people do not have any trust on yourself, and you may say, oh, of course I have trust on myself. But suppose you wrote down a task or a habit that you have to complete for tomorrow, but you did not do it. Now, doesn't that mean your self trust came down? Because you trusted that, okay, I'm going to do this tomorrow, but at that time you're picking up your phone, or you're arguing with someone, hating somebody on social media. uh, that just lowers your self trust, doesn't it? Because you're saying you'll do this tomorrow, but instead you're doing something completely opposite, something completely bad for yourself, negative for yourself rather than somebody else. So how do you think yourself will start trusting you? It cannot happen. Now, by this, I don't mean you have to complete every single task you've got. Of course, you have to do that. But if you feel like my body doesn't feel like doing it, you can just do something smaller than the huge task. Like, if I have to go to workout, I can just do a 5 minute yoga at home. It is the fact that you have to show up for it, at least, because that shows trust in yourself. That, okay, that shows trust in your abilities. Like, yes, if I said I'm going to do it, I did it, even if I did it a little, even if I didn't put all of my effort in it, but at least I did it. So I feel like tasks and habits are the best way to start building self-trust. And then the rewarding afterwards, you feel so good. The reason why you feel so good after completing a task, taking off a task, is because you've built trust in yourself. When you find someone trustworthy, when you have a friendship with somebody and you find them, yes, I can trust them, you feel so happy, right? You feel so good. And that is why when you take off a task, you feel so happy, you feel so good, you feel productive, because the dopamine is high and you feel like, yes, okay, I did it, and I feel proud of myself. You build that self trust. Now, the last thing that I want to say is be proud of what about yourself and about what you do. See, we've got into so much of artificiality, where we're just depending on other people's praises, other people's opinions, and we're not appreciating ourselves even for the smallest things. Like, we're depending on other people, we're doing something, and then we're completely disregarding it, and we're expecting that other people appreciate it. If you're doing something and you did well, or you just did well 1%, and if you're not even applauding yourself, you're not even praising yourself, then how do you think other people would react? People would not. You have to, everything starts with you. If I don't have money to give, how will I help other people? How will other people help me? If I do not have love inside of me, how will other people love me? It's just that you have to, it all starts inside. Oh, also, clap for yourself first before clapping for somebody else. You deserve it. You have to have that appreciation for yourself, because, say, if you're not being proud, you're not rewarding yourself, because, as I said, you're building yourself self trust. But if you're not uh, motivating that self trust, and you're like not building it up, then your self esteem, it will stay on the same page. So clap for yourself, even for the smallest of tasks. I'm pretty sure nobody else will do it for you. Even if you're, say, you baked a cake, okay, you did do it every single day, and nobody said something to you, it's all right. Clap for yourself. Oh my god, I built this cake. Oh, wow, it's amazing and it's gorgeous. Just appreciate yourself. We are so dependent on other people's opinion. We are always asking for the validation from other people. Start validating yourself. You have to normalize validating yourself, clapping for yourself, even if it means in literal terms just clapping out loud for yourself in front of the mirror. It has to be in this way, because if you're not validating yourself, you're seeking validation from others. And seeking validation from others, it's living for others, and it's your life. You should first live for yourself, then for other people, whoever it may be. So start being proud of yourself. If you came out of a trauma, you came out of a hurt past, be proud of yourself. I'm so proud of that. I did it. I did not let that like power over myself. Be proud of that. You have to start being proud of yourself. You have to start appreciating yourself, rather than depending on other people for appreciation. So that was it for today's video. I hope you learned something or the other, and you're worthy, you're loved. I'll see you next week. Bye bye, and remember to just relax.